Good morning, all, and welcome to the September 16th, 2025 meeting of the Town of Hempstead Industrial Development Agency. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. We're going to wait for our dear trustee from Hempstead to hobble over to her seat. Good morning. Don't rush. You're good. Thank you and welcome. Our first piece of business, there's no village business for the village of Freeport, correct? So we're going to move on. Thank you. Next item for the village of Hempstead is a presentation and consideration of an inducement resolution for 209 Franklin Realty Subaru at 209 Franklin Avenue in Hempstead.
How's that?
Perfect.
Excellent. Start singing? I was going to do stand up. Good morning, all.
Good morning.
Daniel Baker on behalf of the applicant, 209 Franklin Realty LLC. The applicant and both the owner of the property and the tenant of the property are part of an automotive group that has already received approvals from the IDA board for the property next door. Everybody might recall the Mazda dealership that we did in, I think it was 2020. We got it all approved right before COVID. This property is where the original Mazda dealership was, and then has now been relocated next door. The proposed dealership here is a Subaru dealership, and I think just a little bit of history is helpful. The property was acquired for Subaru in 2019, right around the same time that they had the plans to do the Mazda dealership. Of course, we all know COVID hit. The idea originally was to build the Mazda and then build this one right after. Of course, this one fell by the wayside. But then interestingly had some other elements that created delays and distress for the property owners. One was in attempting to move the existing dealership, the Subaru dealership is now located in Glen Cove. There was opposition from another dealership. Those who know about dealership workings, if you get within a certain radius of other dealerships, some people can make claims against the others, and it can get a little messy. And I think in this case, Subaru was probably more the culprit than anything, not my client, but it led to another delay. In addition to that, they had delays with getting everything together, getting their plans together, getting approved, navigating COVID, and ultimately it brings us here. So we're quite a distance out from when the original project was intended to happen. The village has approved the site plans. They are fully approved and entitled in that capacity. So they are ready to go now. We are seeking the usual benefits of a pilot mortgage recording tax exemption and sales tax exemption as we set forth in our application. The total project costs are $19,650,000. We are seeking a 15-year pilot. The sales tax exemption amount is $741,750, and the mortgage recording tax exemption is $117,900. I think the important factors here are the job creation that will flow from this. So this is going to produce 80 new jobs, and when I say 80 new jobs, that is because the existing facility in Glen Cove is going to remain as a used sales and service facility, keeping 25 to 30 jobs there. So most of the job, and it's a small, older facility now, so it doesn't have quite the number of employees that this one will, but those jobs will stay there while they create 80 new ones here. And these are good jobs. These are good automotive tech jobs, very similar to the Mazda dealership. They will have an apprenticeship program with the village, which my understanding is works very well. So it's taking what now is just an unused corner portion on Franklin and making it into something real good. And they are a tested, tried and true operator, and they intend to do the same here. I've been very impressed. I don't know if anybody ever made it into the Mazda dealership, but I did tour it. It's a state-of-the-art facility, and Subaru will be the same thing. So if there are any questions, I'm happy to entertain.
Mr.
And I do have two members of
Great,
the
thank
team
you.
here if we have any operational questions.
Thank you. So it says in the overview that you're contemplating a similar apprenticeship program. Is that going to be, not etched in stone, but will that be memorialized somewhere?
I don't know that the first one was, other than stating it here, but they're fully committed to doing that. It benefits both, not only the apprentices that come in, but it's worked well, and my understanding is that a good number of the people in the program have stayed on to work full-time.
And that's on Car Dealer Row, as I call it, on Franklin,
Correct.
right? Is there any way we can get something in there about a potential, there's a lot of employees, it's great, so thank you. Every one of those jobs is a mortgage or a rent or a college tuition, so thank you. Is there a way to cast the net a little bit narrower just to the town of Hempstead when you first get started for hiring for those jobs? I know it's a tough request, but can you at least try?
Yeah, they have no problem. They are committed to do that.
From my perspective, can you get it just something in writing, not a guarantee, right? But the first wave of searches for jobs would
A
be.
letter.
Yep, would be great. Just, it's gonna
Yes.
be, the first wave will be town of Hempstead, residents.
First shot at.
Right.
Yes, no problem. We'll put
Perfect.
something together.
Gratefully, thank you.
Yeah, I just wanted to piggyback on that, as it relates to veterans, looking for jobs, if you could, perhaps,
They don't have that now. They haven't, it hasn't come up, but they would be open to that.
yeah.
That'd be great. Add that to the, if you
We
don't
will.
mind saying, the addendum about the town of Hempstead jobs with potentially a preference for veterans, that's all. Don't go crazy. I know how tough it is to run a business, but we want you to try.
Best efforts.
Yep, there you go. Spoken like a real lawyer. Thank you. Anybody have any other questions from the board? Comments, concerns? Okay, can I get a motion to accept the presentation and consideration of an inducement resolution for 209 Franklin Realty Subaru at 209 Franklin Avenue in Hempstead?
So move.
Can I get a second? Great, excellent. Those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Any abstentions? Congratulations and thank you. Much appreciated.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great, guys.
We're going to, slight change in the agenda today. I'm going to request a executive session at this point. Correct? No? Excellent. And that's for the Hempstead Preservation LLC?
No, that is for Fat Henry.
Got it? Okay, understood.
I think this will be pretty quick.
Awesome. All right, so we are going to, in fact, jump around the agenda a little bit, but we're going to go to a presentation and consideration of an extension for the completion date and a sales tax exemption extension of time only for Fad Henry Street Food, 216-228 Henry Street in Hempstead, New York.
Yes, correct. Again, Daniel Baker for the applicant. This was a project that was approved in 2019, possibly even 18, and development was underway. COVID hit and really messed with the schedule on this one. This is a supermarket or grocery that's going to be right in the heart of Hempstead, something that was much needed at the time, still much needed now. They've gotten a long way through, but one of the major elements for any grocery store is the refrigeration system, and that's what they've been waiting on. It's been years. It's finally ready to go, and my understanding is we're actually pretty dire. The refrigeration people have pretty much said, we need your money today. So it's I guess, hopefully good timing, but this will get them over the finish line. They are 95% finished. This is the last thing, with some final touches on some electric work, some site work to clean it all up, and hoping to be open and operational before the end of the year.
How long was the extension will be for officially?
I think I requested 6 months just to be safe.
Okay. From now?
From now.
Excellent. Any staff comments about this?
Meaning what store is it? I have one of the principals, J.B. Escone. Who's gonna operate it? Is it flying under the flag, like a? Golden Farms Supermarket.
Excellent. So staff is good? And it's supportive? What was the word you used a moment ago? Delighted? Delighted. So are we. That's great. Thank you. Any comments from the board? Please approach. You know what? Don't approach. Would you hand her the microphone because of her foot? Oh, it's corded? We aim to please here at the Town of Hempstead IDA Board.
Joylette Williams, 99 Mason Street, Hempstead. I just have a question about the time extension, and I'm a bit concerned about the 6 months. You said that 6 months is going to be enough, you expect, for the extension to get the supermarket up and running?
Yeah, in fact, it's anticipated that it'll be operational before the end of the year, but as we've seen, especially with this project, sometimes things get in the way and a little delay happens, so we just asked for a little more for a cushion.
I'm a little bit concerned, based on your statement, especially about the length of time that it has already taken. And so I'm approaching the board and my colleagues to consider what would occur were the obligations not fulfilled at the end of the 6 months, which would put us at about February.
I would personally suggest that, my personal suggestion was that we allow this to go through with the 6 months based upon the vagaries of tariffs, supply chain, the general difficulty of doing business in the great state of New York. Personally, I would feel comfortable having it occur. I can't see any ramifications if they don't. If all the conditions that we put on these folks are met and there's other outstanding issues, I think we have to deal with at that time, unless the board and the staff feels differently.
Maybe have an update by next meeting on the progress.
Yeah, happy to do so.
You're happy with that?
Yes.
Excellent, thank you.
Thank
Thanks for your comments. Any other board or staff comments? So with a request to have an update by October-ish, Halloween, let's say Halloween, how's that sound? By the end of October with an update, does that make you happy? Sir, you as well? Excellent, so an update by the end of October on the progress?
No problem.
And we'll go forward from there. So, in the meantime, I'd like to get a motion for the consideration of an extension of the completion date and a sales tax exemption extension of time only for Fad Henry Street Food Corp., 216-228 Henry Street, Hempstead. Jerry makes a motion. Can I get a second? Excellent. Those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Hempstead? Excellent. Thank you. Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you. I
Thanks.
do have one more. I think this one's quicker than that one. That's the 990 Stewart update. Well, you can give it, but you did last time.
That's the
So-
Stewart update?
Yeah,
So-
that's.
So let me just say this for the record. So we're going to jump from new business to old business and an update on the mortgage refinance for 900 and 990 Stewart Avenue Holdings, located at 900 and 990 Stewart Avenue, Garden City.
Right.
Please.
So I don't think there's much of a different update than Mr. Ryan gave at last month's meeting, but I just wanted it to be clear that the default situation here is only one because the mortgage term ended, and my clients are in negotiations with the same bank to extend or create a new loan. Things are going positively, but I think it's complex because of the size of the two buildings and the in and outs. I can tell you, and there are no defaults otherwise, meaning they're paying their mortgage payments, they're paying their pilot payments, they're doing everything they're supposed to do in terms of performance. I happen to be in one of the buildings, and I can tell you that it's been active quite a bit. I hear the banging underneath me every single day, every single Zoom meeting. They have a big law firm coming in, so they are actively repopulating some of the tenancies that were vacated due to COVID and other reasons. So it seems to me, just from a personal standpoint, that they're in a positive direction.
Thanks for the update. Concerns of staff or council on this? No concerns? This is just an update, no resolution required? Board, any comments or questions about that? Okay, great. Thank you very much for the update, Mr. Baker.
Okay, thank you all very much.
Yep, safe travels. Certainly, yes, yes. No executive session ahead? We're good? No executive session required at this point? Yes, but not now. Excellent. So, next on the Village of Hempstead agenda under new business is the consideration of an amended authorizing resolution for Hempstead Preservation LLC, 100 Terrace, Hempstead, New York.
Good evening, or good evening, good morning. Still, yes. Dan Deegan, Fortelli Deegan Toronto for the applicant. We were before this board last month on this project. As you guys recall, this is the acquisition and renovation of 100 Terrace with a $25 million investment into the property. Due to basically a math miscalculation on the amount of the sales tax, we're coming back to you this month in order to try and correct the number. So the correct number is in the resolution before you. We've had a public hearing. There was no interest in the amendment, and we believe that we have the support of the village and the other stakeholders. So we'd ask for your approval.
Okay. Comments from staff, council, board on this issue? Excellent. And all of our local electeds have been spoken to or addressed?
Yes.
All their concerns? Excellent. Thank you.
Hi, William Miller, 46 Early in Hempstead. I just have a question. I don't recall seeing the new number. What is the new number?
Great question.
The sales tax amount is $503,406,
And what was it before?
like $53,000. It was a mistake by, they basically, the client took the number 8.625 and times it twice instead of just once, which resulted in a much smaller number.
Okay. Significant
There's
difference.
really a math error.
Yeah.
So the error is being fixed to the positive, and it's been addressed. Satisfied? Excellent, great. Comments from the board? Staff is supportive? Excellent. So let's get a motion for the approval of the amended authorizing resolution for Hempstead Preservation LLC, 100 Terrace Avenue. Can I get a motion? A second? Those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you, Attorney Deegan.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's the end of our Village of Hempstead business. Thank you for your hard work, and thanks for being here. New business, applications, transaction resolutions, and presentations. Consideration of a tenant consent for BSREP, Roman numeral 3, 107 Charles Lindbergh Boulevard, Toledo Logistics, 107 Charles Lindbergh Boulevard, Garden City.
Good morning. So this is the building 107 Charles Lindbergh Boulevard. Just for the record, Dan Deegan, Fortelli Deegan Toronto, Uniondale, New York. And this is a consent resolution. After several years, this is a brand new building. I think as this board knows, it was built over the last 2 or 3 years, and they've been actively looking for a tenant. They've now found a tenant, and they're looking for the consent of this IDA. It's a distribution company. This would be a new operation in New York State for the company. So it's all net new jobs that would be coming in. It would more than satisfy the job requirement that's currently in the transaction documents for the IDA. So we think this is a big win for the town and for the county to get this company to come here, and we'd ask for the IDA's consent to the tenancy.
It's probably in our files, but Attorney, how many jobs?
The requirement was 30 jobs. It's going to be well over 50 jobs that'll be there.
That's a good thing. Okay, council, staff, any comments? All good. Board? Comments? Excellent. If there's no further questions, let's make a motion. Can I get a motion to accept the consideration of tenant consent for BSREP, Roman numeral 3, 107 Charles Lindbergh Boulevard, Toledo Logistics? Motion?
So moved. So moved.
Excellent. A second? Jerry seconds. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Any abstentions? No. Thank you. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Much appreciated. This might be you too, so stay right there in case it is. Next up for new business is a consideration of a tenant consent for 4347 Broadway LLC, Coffee Bakers and Company, 4347 Broadway in Limbrook.
Good morning, Chairman, members of the board.
Good morning.
Elisabetta Cascignano, son, Ward, Braff, Cascignano, at 333 Earl Ovington Boulevard, Uniondale, New York, for the applicant, 4347 Broadway LLC. So this building this project was approved in March of 2022. This is a small 1,800 square foot tenant that we are finally, hoping to transact with. It's a cafe in a multifamily building right off of the Lynbrook train station. There will be 4 full-time, 12 part-time employees. The tenant is well-known in the area. They are part owners in 4 restaurants in Rockville Center. They also operate a Sugarberry in Rockville Center, so we're really excited to bring them to our project. They plan on serving just artisanal coffee, baked goods, and the like for those people in the building and those going to take the train in Lynbrook.
I should know this, but is that in the Langdon?
In the Langdon,
It's in that building itself?
yes.
Great. In my opinion, again, further proof that those kind of developments like to spur jobs and all kinds of good things. And I'll also say for the record, up and down Atlantic Avenue, there's a whole new bustle, there's a whole new bunch of stores going in there, even as some of the older ones
Yes,
transition, like the Hallmark store closed, which is a sad thing.
yes.
There's a ton-
Actually, I represent the applicant on that's going in the Hallmark store. So
I didn't even know there was somebody going in there,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
thank you.
You're welcome.
But that's great proof of that. Staff comments? Council comments? Excellent, thank you. Board? Great. So can I get a motion for the tenant consent for 4347 Broadway, Coffee Bakers and Company, 4347 Broadway?
I'll make the motion.
Second? Those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Abstentions? No, motion carries.
Thank
Please-
you.
Please be sure to remind us when the grand opening ribbon cutting will be.
Well, absolutely.
Please,
We're coffee lovers. We
Yes.
like coffee.
yes. Thank
Have
you
a good
very
one.
much.
Thank you. Take care.
Much appreciated. Okay, that covers our new business. Let's do executive session, correct? So I'm going to call for executive session of the board and the staff of the Town of Hempstead IDA. can I get a motion to get out of executive session, please?
So move.
Thank you. Second? Thank you. Those in favor?
Aye.
Excellent. Anybody opposed? Any abstentions? We are officially out of executive session. The next agenda item is, nope. Where is that? Excellent, thank you. So under new business, a presentation and consideration of an inducement resolution for B2K at Limbrook, 8 Freer Street, Limbrook.
Good morning, members of the board. Thank you for hearing this application. Peter Curry, Farrell Fritz, 400 Arxar Plaza, Uniondale, New York, on behalf of the applicant, B2K at Limbrook LLC. I'd also like to introduce David Berman to my right and Jonathan Weiss to his right, who are both principals of B2K at Limbrook. The applicant is seeking to acquire a 1-acre parcel of land located at 8 Freer Street in the village of Limbrook. It's improved by a 126,000 square foot senior assisted living facility. That includes a large garage. I think in the application we had a smaller number, which reflected just the building. The property is currently owned by an entity in which the principals of B2K at Limbrook hold a small minority interest. The entity that held the majority interest in the property was not interested in the improvements that we're here to discuss today, and therefore B2K at Limbrook has decided to acquire the property. It's entered into an acquisition contract. The acquisition contract is specifically subject to getting IDA approval to this application. If we could figure out what happened to that podium, it would be helpful. The applicant is affiliated with B2K Development, which is a major developer on Long Island. Entities owned by the principals of B2K have developed several Bristols in the town of Hempstead. The East Meadow, North Woodmere, Garden City, Massapequa, and actually this Limbrook facility was originally an IDA deal which has expired by its terms. This was brought before the agency in 1999, or we first came before this agency in 1999 with regard to the East Meadow project, and the agency has been a good partner to my clients since that time. They've also developed facilities in Westbury, Lake Success, Bethpage, North Hills, and Jericho, and throughout Suffolk County in the assisted living field and also rental housing. They've been an excellent developer throughout Nassau and Suffolk counties. They also have other operations in New Jersey and other locations. Through these various entities, these various projects, essentially this client is one of the largest employers on Long Island. Each of the entities employs covenanted amounts, 50, 75, 100 employees, and also has a management company and thus is one of the larger employers on the island. The client is going to invest $6.2 million in interior and exterior renovations to both the public and private areas of the facility, and the main principals of my client will continue to manage the property and continue to be the licensed operator of the property. The residents of this facility have typically come from the town of Hempstead. They've come from the Limbrook area, and this is really an opportunity for these residents to stay in the area that they have lived in so long and be close to relatives and the experiences that they've lived up until this time. This facility has had some challenges, and I think all assisted living facilities suffered materially during COVID. And this facility has yet to fully recover from that, that catastrophe. So it has an underperforming census at this time, which has resulted in a significant increase in the operating costs and expenses, not only due to the low census, but also rising interest rates and rising costs of labor, materials, all the things that go into operating an assisted living facility. So in connection with the application, my client did obtain a market assessment study, which, despite the low census in this facility, confirms that in the Nassau-Suffolk area, we are grossly underserved by assisted living and memory care housing options. And that this need will grow over the course of time as the Long Island population ages, there'll be greater demand based upon our population and the desire to age in place and not move someplace else once you want to sell your house. The facility currently employs 68 full-time equivalent employees. That is exclusive of the management team that manages the various Bristol facilities. This is just on-site employees. The management team is a significant management team. It employs a lot of people in both facilities, accounting, various other functions. The idea is to continue to provide residents with first-in-class care that the Bristol is known for, and the services and the amenities that the Bristols have. So this application will maintain all full-time equivalents at the facility. The hope is to grow as the population grows, but we will covenant certainly to continue to have the current employees. As we said before, the $6 million in renovations will continue to provide excellent accommodations. The Camoin report was delivered to the agency. I think you have it in front of you, which talked about a variety of benefits of the project. I think the most direct benefit is that it will confirm the direct, indirect, and induced economic impact of more than $5.5 million to the town of Hempstead. We think that that is an important factor for the board to consider. The other important factor is that currently this facility is a market rate facility, and as part of this application, the applicant is willing to covenant to set aside 20% of the units whose individual's income is 80% or less of AMI. This project, in the application we put that the project was anticipated to have 5 construction jobs. Mr. Weiss, who runs the construction arm of B2K, indicates that it will probably be a lot more than 5 construction jobs to accomplish $6.5 million worth of renovations. So that was an underestimate that we feel, in reality, it would be a lot more than that. At this time, the total acquisition, so to acquire the project and to do these renovations, is approximately $35 million. At this time, we are requesting a 12-year pilot. We are requesting a sales tax exemption and a mortgage recording tax exemption. Partial mortgage recording tax exemption,
Okay.
sorry.
Thank you, Attorney. Staff, council, comments, concerns, support? Anything? Okay, board, any comments or questions? Can we get a motion? Great. Make a motion. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Excellent. So we have a motion to accept the inducement resolution? Sorry. Okay, sorry. For B2K at Limbrook, 8 Freer Street in Limbrook. Motion. Those in favor?
Aye.
Any abstentions? Any opposals? Motion carries.
Again, thanks to the board for its consideration.
Thank you.
Okay, have a good day.
Thank you. Next up, under new, we bounced around today for those watching at home and reviewing this later on. We bounced around a little bit, but it's all very concise and structured. New business is the CEO's report. Excellent. Other comments? Anybody else? We're good? Old business we covered, the Stewart Avenue. I need the reading and the approval of minutes of previous meetings. Consideration and adoption of the minutes of August 19.
Mr. Chair, I move that we waive the reading of the minutes of the previous meeting and adopt the minutes of August 19th, 2025.
I second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Excellent. Report of the treasurer. Financial statements and expenditure list of August 13, 2025 to September 9, 2025.
Thank you. Everything is, as always, in order. I want to commend the staff for doing a great job. No issues.
Excellent. No motions required there, correct? So we move on. Last piece is the consideration of the 2026 draft budget. Excellent, thank you. Excellent. Comments from the board? Excellent. Committee updates? Oh, we do. It's a consideration. My apologies. Can I get a motion to, for the consideration of the 2026 draft budget?
So moved.
Excellent. Can I get a second? Excellent. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. Thanks very much. Thank you, Arlen, as always, keeping us on our toes, and me especially. Committee updates. That was very existential and very deep, Fred. Thank you for that. All right. Executive session. We called executive session. Anything further from the staff or the board or the council of this austere organization? Okay, great. So I'm going to make a motion for an adjournment.
Second.
Great. Those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you very much. Holy cow. Okay. I want to call to order the town of Hempstead, hold on a second. LDC. Give me a second. Where the heck did that thing go? Where are we going here? Oh my God. There we go. The town of Hempstead LDC for September 16th, 2025. Almost spot on the money at 9:45. Call the meeting to order. We have a quorum. Do we have a quorum? Yes, in fact, we do. Thank you. Any announcements? None to speak of. Thank you. Public comment with respect to the agenda. There's nobody here in the public, as evidenced. New business. Seeing none, I move on. The consideration and approval of the minutes of July 15, 2026.
Yes, I move.
What did I say?
2025.
2025.
Yeah, I move that we waive the reading of the minutes of the last meeting, and we approve, adopt 2025.
Excellent. I'll second.
Minutes. All right. Aye.
Those opposed? Any abstention? The motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Treasurer. Now, this is the fun part. Consideration and adoption of a draft budget. This is for 2026. Excellent. Staff is good. Council is good. Board, comments, questions? I'll make a motion for the consideration and adoption of a draft budget for 2026.
Second.
Thank you. Those in favor?
Aye.
Any abstain? Any opposed? Motion carries. Excellent. Financial statements and expenditure list. July 9, note the date gap here because there was no meeting back in August, from July 9 to September 9, 2025.
Yes. Once again, want to commend the staff, doing a great job as always. No issues. All is in order.
Excellent. And in light of our exec director's past comments, committee updates. Thank you, Mr. Parola. Thank you very
Earlier.
much. Excellent.
Well, it's actually earlier this morning.
And it was business as
Still
usual. There was no other issues, just from a perspective, right? All good. Thank you very much. I'm going to ask for an adjournment for the September 16th, 2025 Town of Hempstead LDC meeting. May I get an adjournment motion? Excellent. Second, please. Second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Any abstentions? Excellent. See you next month. Thank you.
Good enough.
Is that for the record, attorney? I guess, no. Okay.